The series of questions asked by King Parikshit, and 23rd verse to 29th verse, the inquisitiveness of King Parikshit. In the first verse, Sukdev Goswami inquired that how Srimad Bhagavatam received by Narad Muni, whose hearers are like um, Dhruv Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj, they are as good as him. So in the purport, the Vedic knowledge comes down by the disciplic succession through Supreme Lord to Brahmaji, Brahmaji to Narad Muni, Narad Muni to Vyasadeva, and from Vyasadeva to Sukdev Goswami. So therefore, Narad Muni is the authorized person to distribute this knowledge and in the by descending process. The King Parikshit in this verse wanted to know about the preaching of Narad Muni. He also inquired about the Supreme Lord, who is Aguna, means without the touch of material qualities, and how he is transcendental and before whom did he speak. In second verse, King Parikshit desired to know about the Tattva, the truth of Supreme Lord, who possesses wonderful potencies are auspicious for living beings in all the planets. So here King Parikshit expressing his eagerness to know about Supreme Absolute Truth. He was the best recipient of knowledge who was blessed by Supreme Lord. His narration are auspicious, means Sumangala, for all living beings in the all planets. And it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam 2.1.1 that Varyan Te Prashna Krite Lokam Hiterata Nrupa. So these are all the right questions that beneficial to all kinds of people. Even non-devotee can be delivered from the clutches of birth and death. The Srimad Bhagavatam is the prime matter of hearing and it is approved by all the transcendentalists. It purifies the speaker, the hearer, the inquirer, and the places also. The third to sixth verse is glories of Supreme Lord. The third verse, Katheshwa Mahabhaga Yatham Akhila Atmani Krishna Niveshani Sangam Manatakshe Kalevaram. The King Parikshit requested to Sukdev Goswami to continue the narration of the Srimad Bhagavatam so that he can place his mind upon the Supreme Lord Krishna and thus completely present material qualities. The Parikshit Maharaj was too inquisitive that he forget his all material necessities like hunger, thirst, lamentation. He constantly engaging in hearing was full of eagerness to hear more and more about Supreme Lord. The hearing Srimad Bhagavatam and the transcendental activity of the Lord means to associate with Lord. So now Parikshit Maharaj became realized soul. He was a realized soul that he had no other desire to hearing the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Lord. So by this, he was constantly associated with the Lord Krishna and become free from all contamination of the material qualities. The fourth verse is शृण्वतां श्रद्धया नित्यं गृणतस्य स्वचेष्टितं कालेन नातिदीर्घेन भगवान् विशते हृदि. The fourth and fifth verse is about the Lord enters into the heart. The person who hears Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and they are always taking the matter very seriously will have Supreme Lord Krishna manifest in their hearts within very short time. So one should hear in earnestness or faith. The aspects of hearing, here it is mentioned Shraddhaya and Nityam. Shraddhaya means with faith and Nitya is regularly, means without any interruption. And Gunatasya, then he should be accept, that acceptance or applying by making endeavor and Sāci-Sutā, by making endeavor with all sincerity. So one is to take this knowledge with hearing with full of faith without any interruption. To have faith means when one is applying or accepting the subject matter by making the earnest endeavor to apply it. Then, within very short time, Supreme Lord became manifested in their heart. Thus one can see Lord face to face who takes this matter very seriously. Now in fifth verse, प्रविष्टस्य कर्णरन्ध्रेण श्वानं भावसरोरुहं धुनोति समलं कृष्णा सलिलस्य यथा शरद. So here King Parishad gave the analogy that Srimad Bhagavatam entered into the heart through the ear holes of a self-realized devotees. Then it cleanses the dust of material association like these anarthas, lust, greed, anger, illusion, pride, etc. Thus the constitutional relationship will blossom like a lotus flower in their heart. And he gives the analysis of Salilasya Yatha Sarat, how it cleanses the heart by falling of autumnal rains, it cleanses the muddy river. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam cleanses the polluted heart. In the purport of Srila Prabhupada explained that one single pure devotee can deliver all the fallen souls by his pure devotional service to the Lord and his spiritual master. And he sincerely followed the Bhagavatam principles by regularly hearing. Thus he, empowered by the Lord, can deliver not only himself but also many other poor souls. Poor souls by cleanses their heart who are entangled by material existence. In the purport, it is also mentioned that other paths of self-realization like jnana and karma, they may purify the heart, but there is a risk between the polluted again due to the agitation of mind. So Srila Prabhupada gave the example of the adding the small amount of chemical in water tank. It can be cleansed, but it is impossible to clear a muddy river. So similarly, due to the agitation of mind, commits sense gratification again, and the heart became polluted or contaminated again. Therefore, the devotional service is only the method of cleanses the heart by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam regularly with all faith. Then Supreme Lord manifests in the pure heart and one becomes liberated from this material bondage. It is mentioned in the first canto of second chapter 17 verse Sunavatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanam Hridayantasto hi Abhadrani Vidhunvati Sruhit Sada. The Supreme Lord as Super Soul, he even one he resides in one's heart, cleanses all the dirt from the heart. In the sixth verse is the attainment of eternal happiness. A pure devotee of the Lord whose heart has been cleansed by the process of devotional service, they never relinquish the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, whose contamination is completely cleansed by the devotional service, never gave up the lotus feet of Krishna, and because they are fully satisfied, like the example of Pantha Sasaranam Yatha, a traveler is satisfied at home after a travel journey. Here the importance of devotional service, one who has affection to the Lord Krishna, such a person never stops his duty. A pure devotee knows the material world is full of miseries and in the conditional soul, he never overcome from the sufferings. Therefore, he is discharging the devotional service unto the Supreme Lord so that he can re-establish the forgot relationship with the Lord, thus become fully satisfied. And the second section, the series of questions asked by King Parishad. In the seventh verse, King Parishad inquired about what is the cause of that soul receives material body, who was the process, and how was the process first began. In the devotional service, first one has to take shelter of a bona fide guru through disciplic succession, then inquire about the self. In Bhagavad Gita 4.32 says Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninam tattvadarshina. Parishit Maharaj inquired from Sukadev Goswami who is the right person. And in the 8th verse, what is the specific difference between Supreme Lord's body and the common living entities? In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says that according to the necessities, the jiva assume different size of body. For the creation, Supreme Lord assumes gigantic body, and the living entity gets big or small body according to their necessities. In the 9th verse, Parishad told about the first living creature, Brahma, who is also known as Aja, who did not take birth from the womb of the mother. He was born from the lotus flower coming out of the navel abdomen of the Lord. By the grace of the Lord, he was able to see the form of Lord. Parishad Maharaj inquired if the creator of all living beings, Brahmaji, also he is the source of Supreme Lord, he is the source of Supreme Lord, then how great the Supreme Lord would be. So Parishad Maharaj further questions about the explanation of the all energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in 10th verse. 10th verse, he was requested that about the Supreme Lord who lies in the heart as the Super Soul and as the Lord of all energy, how he is untouched by his external energy. Here Supreme Lord was mentioned as Maya Isha, the Lord of all energy, who lies in the heart of the living beings as Super Soul. How he is untouched by his external energy. 11 verse, what is the actual position of the different planetary system with their governors, how they are situated in the body of Virat Purusha. And further, Parishad Maharaj inquired in 12 verse about the time. 12 and 13 verse about the duration of all ages, about the short and long as well as beginning of the time and the following the course of actions. And in the 14th verse, he questioned that how the external reactions are take place, what are the different procedure are, and in what proportion they act. In the purport, it is the description of life in the higher planet, one attained by his karma, the work done by mode of goodness, the pious act, and then the qualities or to go to the heavenly planet. The qualifies to go to the heavenly planet. For example, one cannot forcibly sit on the chair of a high court judge without being qualified for this post. Similarly, without being qualified by the good works in this life, one cannot enter into the sun, moon, or other heavenly planets. The various actions and reactions of the work in the mode of goodness are generally known as pious work, but the work performed in pure devotional service, which is without mixed of jnana and karma, one can promote to the kingdom of Godhead. The Rup Goswami says also, Anya Vilasata Sunyam Jnana Karmadi Anabrita Anukulena Krishnanu Shiram Gati Uttama. The devotee must constantly serve Krishna favorably as Krishna desires. The king Parishit was asking about the various aspects of the creation, the four directions, different types of planets and their inhabitant. In the 16th verse, he asked about the divisions of inner and outer space of the universe and about Varnashrama system and activities characteristic of the great soul. Srila Prabhupada mentioned here that King Parikshit was a typical devotee of Lord Krishna. Here, typical devotee means he is very much anxious to know about and to hear about the Supreme Lord. His inquiry is unlimited. And he questioned about the Scientific division of human society. The Varnashrama system, which is created by Supreme Lord. Chaturvarna Maya system, Guna Karma Vibhagasya, according to their nature and work. So the purpose of divisions is to the development of the devotional service. We have discussed in first canto, second chapter and 13 verse that Samsiddhi Haritoshanam. The purpose of the Varnashrama Dharma is performed for the pleasure of the Lord. 17 verse. The question of all different ages, that is for yogas and its duration and all activity of the different incarnation of the Lord in this age. In the 8th verse, he asked about what is the common religious affiliation of human society as well as the occupational duties in religion. The common religion of all classes, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Sudra of human beings is devotional service. That सवै पुंस परधर्म यतोर भक्ति अधोक्षजे अहेतु की अप्रतिहता ययात्मासु प्रसिद्धति. In 19th verse, Parikshit Maharaj asked about the elementary principle of creation, their causes, their development, and the process of devotional service and the method of mystic power. In the 20th verse, he asked about the opulence of the great mystic and what is the ultimate realization. How does the perfect mystic become detached from the subtle astral body? What is the basis knowledge of the Vedic literature, including the branches of the history and the supplementary of Puranas? Yes, Prabhu. So first question was what are the opulence of the great mystic power and their
Yes,
realization?
continue.
Yes, Prabhu. So here the master of mystic power is called Yogeshwara. The Yogeshwara can exhibit 8 kinds of perfection that are called Ashtasiddhi. But without the practice of any mystic power, hmm, hmm, the devotees who are not without practice of any mystic power, in by the strength of devotional service, they can defeat the Yogeshwara, the master of mystic powers. Like Durvasa Muni defeated Ambarish Maharaj, and the Draupadi saved herself from Kaurava by the strength of devotional service. They are protected by the mercy of Supreme Lord. In 21 verse, he asked how the jivas are generated, are maintained, and are annihilated. Advantages and disadvantages of discharging devotional service. So, in this verse, here the term samplava is mentioned. Samplava means which is favorable for discharging devotional service, and its opposite is pratisampalva, which is destroy the progress of devotional service. So there is one verse of Anukulasya Sankalpa Pratikulasya Varjanam. So in the devotional service, accepting of those things which is favorable to rendering devotional service and rejecting which is unfavorable. So here are some points regarding the purport that in what is the favorable condition, so one should have enthusiasm for discharging the devotional service and eat that much of food which maintain body and soul together and discharging the instruction of the order which is prescribed by spiritual master or acharyas. And here are the unfavorable conditions that earn money by dishonesty way for livelihood and talk nonsense like talking prajalpa. The devotee should not hanker after anything, but should satisfy with things which he has by the will of the Lord. There should be the principles of devotional service. In 22 verse, King Parikshit requested to explain how merged in the body of the Lord, living beings are created, and how the infidels, Spasandasya, appear in the world, how the unconditional living beings exist. The devotee and empiric philosopher, the Pasandas, if they are not fully purified, become conditioned again during the next creation of the further purification. And this is the third section or last section, that 23rd to 29th verse about the inquisitiveness of King Parikshit. 23rd verse, King Parikshit was glorifying the Supreme Lord. He is that Supreme Lord is witness of everything that whatever be happening. Bhagavad Gita says that in 9.18 that Gati Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Saranam Shruhut, that the Supreme Lord is witness. In 24 verse, King Parikshit inquired from Sukadev Goswami about everything that he asked about, and of all that he had not inquired. This verse shows about the level of the inquisitiveness of Parikshit Maharaj has. It is the qualification of a good disciple that he should have that inquisitiveness to asking the right questions. तस्मात् गुरु प्रपद्यन्ते जिज्ञासु श्रेय उत्तमम् श्राद्ध परीक्षा निस्नातं ब्रह्मणि उपसमाश्रय. Any person who seriously desires real happiness must seek a bona fide spiritual master and take shelter of him by initiation. So Sukadev Goswami is the right bona fide person who is authorized by Supreme Lord, can impart this knowledge to the heart of the Parishit Maharaj. And Parishit Maharaj surrendered unto him and inquired from him submissively. 25th verse, Parishit Maharaj was glorifying his spiritual master, Sukdev Goswami, by giving the examples of 6 sages, the philosophical speculator, that they have their own way of thinking. Such knowledge is never perfect because it is not authorized by Supreme Lord. But Sukadev Goswami presents the knowledge which comes down directly from the Supreme Lord. So he is the bona fide source of the Supreme Lord. Sukdev Goswami, who is non-different from Supreme Lord. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned that Acharya Mam Bijaniyat Na Avamanyate Karhichit. Supreme Lord Krishna says, one should know the Acharya as myself and never disrespect him in any way. Therefore, his knowledge is perfect and one should hear from the chain of disciplic succession. 26th verse. Because King Parikshit was drinking the nectar of the message of the infallible Supreme Lord from the mouth of Sukdev Goswami, he did not feel any sort of injustice due to his fasting. So one who fully absorbed in the Harikatha never be tired or exhausted. The Srimad Bhagavatam 29 chapter of 4 canto 39 or 40 verses, if one hears Srimad Bhagavatam with great eagerness, he will forget hunger, thirst, and become immune to all kinds of fear, lamentation, and illusion. The here King Parikshit encouraged Sukadev Goswami to answer his all questions. 27 verse, Sutta Goswami said that, here Sutta Goswami said that Sukdev Goswami prepared himself to speak on the topics of Supreme Lord with the devotees. So in this verse, Sukdev Goswami, who is Brahma Raja, was very much pleased with King Parikshit, who is Vishnu Raj, because he was not at all tired, but hearing the topics of Lord. And he was very much anxious to more and more to hear them with interest. 28th verse, Sukdev Goswami said that Srimad Bhagavatam is Brahma Samhita. The science of the personality of Godhead was spoken first by the Lord himself to Brahma. Krishna incarnates in Kali Yuga in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the body of Krishna, and Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita is Bani and the instruction of Supreme Lord. And Srimad Bhagavatam, third chapter, first canto, and 40th verse. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Sahitam. The Brahma Samhita means the literary incarnation of Lord Krishna. And it is made for ultimate good of all people, and it is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. The last verse, King Parikshit was the right person or a right inquirer that asks the right question to the right person. Here the right person is Sukadev Goswami. The Sukadev Goswami has many qualities. He is the realized soul. He realized the conclusion of the Shastra. He is the authorized person, received the transcendental knowledge from the bona fide disciplic succession. He is the liberated person, concentrated his mind on the path of spiritual attainment. And Sukdev Goswami convinced to author of conclusion of the scriptures. And he has taken shelter unto the Supreme Lord, and he renounced from all material attachment. While Parikshit Maharaj, here are the qualification of the right inquirer, that he has the inquisitiveness, he is very much anxious to hear more and more with full faith. He was a typical devotee, wanted to know things, their true perfections, and he was asked the appropriate questions, not only for his satisfaction, but also for the benefit of the all kinds of people. Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण फॉर द 7th चैप्टर मनोरम आपने असेसमेंट किया था लास्ट टाइम हु डिड द असेसमेंट अनम्यूट एंड स्पीक मनोरम आई एम आस्किंग यू
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
या you assess and you give the review of her presentation. Don't repeat
Yeah.
what she has said, just review.
Yes. So thank you so much, Mataji. I think she covered mm, many important aspects from different sections. And of course, I'll not repeat, but some of key message what I could get from her presentation was one first she told about that there should be some faith and what does actually faith means. Although there is a query from my side, I'll ask afterwards. But after that, Mataji also gave many references in support to that how actually we can cleanse our heart. So there are some statements she has given in supporting to that. So and Mataji has told that hearing Srimad Bhagavatam is very important. First of all, we have to have faith, and then we have to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Then it will cleanse our heart. And until unless the
Audio is not working, Manoram Prabhu.
our heart. So hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam. I think there are many points, so everything I could not write it down, but section-wise, Mataji has very nicely she has presented. So I think, Prabhuji, not many listed, but yeah. So thank you, Mataji, for touching very important aspects. And of course, as every time Mataji presents, so she refers verses from Srimad Bhagavatam other chapters and also Bhagavad Gita also. So Mataji has mentioned many, I think, references as well. So I think this is a short review from my side, Prabhuji, because I did not write every points, but one or two queries I am having. Maybe I'll ask after that.
Please ask. Go ahead.
Yeah, so two short queries, Mataji. First is that faith, actually regarding faith, you have explained it, but somehow I missed it. Faith means to have desire to apply it, something it was. So if you can kindly supplement again this statement.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Mataji.
Please, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, faith means hearing without any interruption. And I told that one is applying or accepting the subject matter, what we heard, and making it with earnest endeavor, our own effort.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So another two,
Quote the verse. Explain through the verse.
This is from Prabhuji 4th verse.
Why you have to look? The verse is not known to you? Haribol. Recite the verse. I made all of you remember this verse. It's a very important verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. If you don't know this verse, then how we can speak about faith? What is the verse? देखो नहीं, ये श्लोक मैंने आप सबको याद कराया था.
प्रभुजी शृण्वति श्रद्धया नित्यं ग्रन्थस्य
शृण्वतां श्रद्धया नित्यं घृणतश्च स्वचेष्टिता कालेन नाति दीर्घेन भगवान विशते हृदि. How Bhagwan will vishate hृदय, it is शृण्वतां श्रद्धया नित्यं. Explain.
शृण्वतां श्रद्धया नित्यं. So one should hear with full of faith, and nityam. One should hear it regularly without any interruption. Means continuing and regularly hearing with full faith. Full faith means to accept that thing with making endeavor.
You explained well. Faith means what? Faith means accepting it to apply. If there is no acceptance, then there is no application. And it also means there is no faith. The faith implies application. One is convinced. Verse you don't remember? Manoram, you don't write. Huh? I told you people to write and make, श्लोका book. पूरा भागवतम खत्म हो जाएगा, 10-20 श्लोका नहीं आएगा तुमको, जबकि मैं हर चैप्टर में 5-7 श्लोका याद करा रहा हूं. बोलो भाई मनोराम, रिसाइट दिस वर्स. कितने सारे श्लोक इसमें याद कराए थे मैंने?
3, 4, 5 था.
हाँ, 3, 4, 5 प्रविष्ट कर्ण रंध्रे ना, ये भी याद कराया था. स्वानम भाव सरूरम धुनोति शमलम कृष्णा सलीलस्य यथा शरद. आपने कोट भी किया. गुड. बोलो भाई. यू आर आस्किंग अबाउट श्रद्धा. वेयर इज द श्रद्धा? खाली लैब में कीड़ा बनने से कुछ हासिल नहीं होगा. हाँ, रविंद्र प्रभु आया तो बोल भी रहा था, रोज कम से कम 15-20 मिनट तो पढ़ो. चलो, व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन?
Yes, Mataji. So the next is clarification from one is from 28 words that you mentioned that Srimad Bhagavatam is the body of the Supreme Lord. Some statement was there, so I could not properly write it down.
Yes, Prabhuji. Srimad Bhagavatam is the body of Supreme Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam is the literary incarnation of Supreme Lord. So, and Bhagavad Gita is the instruction of Lord, the Bani of Supreme
Bhagavad Gita is Vanu and Srimad Bhagavatam is Vapu.
Lord.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Yes, I have written, but there is some clarification. And just I think while previously was reading also, Mataji, this from 21st verse, there was a question that whether Srimad Bhagavatam, whether discharging devotional service has both advantage and disadvantage. So is it relevant? There are some questions from Parikshit Maharaj. So he was a learned person. So I mean, as any relevance, there is no disadvantage of devotional service, I think, for devotees. But any
Yes,
clarification on this?
means there is no disadvantages of devotional service, but there is disadvantages of discharging devotional service. He was asked. The discharging devotional service यानी कि unfavorable जो प्रतिकूल सिचुएशन है उसको हमें अवॉइड करना है.
Explain a little. Explain this concept. You gave this Sanskrit word also for both.
Is in the purport it is mentioned that pratisamprabha are mentioned, which is destroy the progress of devotional service. Like nowadays mobile phones distracted and jo prajalpa, we all devotees are talking so much of nonsense that is not regarding of devotional service. And when we perform devotional service, we are inattentive. That is also the unfavorable condition.
Understood?
Thank you, Mataji. I think, but I'll again read it down.
Very simple. She has explained so wonderfully.
Yes, Prabhuji. From the
What is
statement, actually, it
disadvantage?
is little bit confusing.
Disadvantage is distraction. Disadvantage is distraction.
Yes.
Disadvantage is not, dedication, not fully being dedicated. And how it comes about, she gave so many good examples.
Yes.
The example is mobile phone today. Then prajalpa, asatsang, all of it.
Yes, thank you so much, Mataji. Now it is clear, Prabhuji. Disadvantage means distractions. So I'll write it down. Yes. Thank
Disadvantage,
you.
she gave another anukulasya sankalpa and pratikulasya varjanam. If you do not do
Yes.
varjanam, then it is pratikul.
Yes.
In any case, it is pratikul. It has to be, discarded. If you don't discard, then what will happen? You will discard devotional service. So that is a disadvantage.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Now it is clear. Yes.
So what you will discard? You give me in writing to safeguard your devotional service. This is the application or hearing with faith. You are always
Yeah.
not. No sadhana card is coming for last 1 month again. This is disadvantage. Another practical example. Okay, any other question? Anyone having any query to ask her? I have one question, Priyanka. When you were giving the overview, in the middle section, the maximum questions which are being asked by Parikshit Maharaj, you said that this is the question raised by Parikshit Maharaj. Again, give your overview, the verses and the section.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The sections are first and second verse that Parikshit Maharaj wished to hear about Supreme Srimad Bhagavatam. Third verse to sixth verse is glories about Srimad Bhagavatam. And 7 to 22 verse, the series of questions asked by King Parikshit. And 23rd to 29, the inquisitiveness of Parikshit Maharaj.
1 minute. What is the difference between inquisitiveness and questions being asked by Parikshit? Explain this.
Inquisitiveness
Who will ask
means
question? Who will ask question? One who is inquisitive to know, he will ask question. Relevant questions. Parikshit Maharaj is asking relevant question. Huh? So in what category he is? Inquisitive. So how again he can be inquisitive? That is not correct.
yes, Prabhuji.
Actually, it is Maharaj inspire Shukdev Goswami to speak. It is not the inquisitiveness of Parikshit Maharaj, it is the inspiration. By questions, he is inspiring Shukdev Goswami to speak Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so please do that correction. Are you convinced or not?
This is right.
Okay. But overall, very good effort. I am very happy, very pleased. You've read it many times, prepared it, heard the classes also. You gave so many explanations based on hearing. This is very good. This is good standard. हरे कृष्णा. क्या रम्य आपको पूछना है कुछ? हाँ पूछो.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी. हरे कृष्णा माता जी ये 22nd नंबर वर्ष में जो पाषांडस्य के बारे में लिखा गया है, थोड़ा उसके बारे में क्लैरिफिकेशन चाहिए.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी.
किसके
पाषांड
बारे में लिखा गया? पाषांडीज. पाषांडी.
पाषांड.
पाषांडी.
Pasandi. The infidels.
The infidels, those who do not believe in God.
The
Pashandi.
unfaithful persons.
Yes, very good. Unfaithful person.
So here his question about how they are appears. Unfaithful person.
They are part of the creation. 22nd talks about the reappearance of the Jiva. Read the translation.
Please also explain how merged in the body of the Lord living beings are created and how the infidels appear in the world.
Yeah. So infidels are what? As he explained, these are unfaithful people. Antagonistics. Infidels or antagonistics. Those who do not accept the authority of the Supreme Lord. प्रभुपाद जी ने कुछ कमेंट किया है क्या पाषांडीज के ऊपर परपोर्ट में? This will be answered in the 3rd canto. You will hear the answer.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी. नहीं प्रभु जी, प्रभुपाद जी ने परपट में ऐसा कुछ लिखा नहीं है. प्रभुपाद जी फेथफुल पीपल के बारे में बहुत सारा कुछ लिखे हैं, पर
पाषांडीज का ट्रांसलेशन क्या है? वर्ड टू वर्ड मीनिंग क्या है?
इनफिडेल्स.
Infidels. There are 3 terms. One is infidel, the other is agnostics, and third is demoniac. A subtle difference between the 3. Okay. Thank you very much, Priyanka. I really appreciate your effort. And very good. This is how we have to, align our heart and intelligence in trying to understand the Srimad Bhagavatam. Who is having the 9th chapter to present?
पुरुषोत्तम प्रभु जी.
अच्छा, पुरुषोत्तम प्रभु, आपका तबीयत नहीं ठीक है. आए नहीं, आप उनको एक मैसेज दे देना, ठीक है? अगर वो कल कर सकें तो
ठीक
ठीक
है।
है, अगर वो कल कर सकें तो वो कल कर देंगे, नहीं कर सकेंगे तो फिर मैं कंटिन्यू करूंगा। हरे कृष्णा। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदी। हरि हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा। गौरांगी, हरे कृष्णा बोलो। सुन नहीं रही है? सुन तो रही है। इनफिडल मत बन। अरे
गरंगी गरंगी